a new vlog. This is a fun vlog because we are in Wisconsin. I'm at my parents' house for the holidays and then I'm staying for a couple of weeks. And my partner is going to stay here for a week with me. So we are planning on doing a bunch of fun things this week. It is Tuesday before Christmas, so we have some fun things planned tonight. That's why I wanted to start this vlog today, so that all of that stuff can be in the vlog. So I really don't have anything to tell you now other than I'm about to redo my nails. They're looking rough after they look good from far away, but then when you look closer you're like, ugh. They're chipped and yeah, it's not a good look. So I'm gonna redo my nails and watch some YouTube videos, drink some coffee, maybe read my book, and then we've got some more fun things planned for later, but I will tell you about those when we get to it. So I hope you enjoy this vacation-y vlog, and yeah, see ya. What? Is it just ice? Yeah. Hello vlog. It has been a while. So it is Monday, so like the Monday after Christmas. I haven't really talked on here, honestly. I've taken this past week just to be with family and my boyfriend and enjoy Christmas and the time off. So I wasn't popping on here much. I did record some clips of just Christmas vibe stuff, so like our tree and the fire and reading and stuff, and then I also recorded some clips when we went to an NBA game this past weekend. So we went to go see the Minnesota Timberwolves because my boyfriend actually flew home yesterday, so Sunday, and that game was Saturday night, and we have like family friend connections through my boyfriend to some tickets to that game, so we were able to take my parents, and that was super fun. But then yesterday I just crashed when we got back. It was not physically crashed, which I need to specify because on the way back there was a blizzard. So when we drove back from the cities where the flight and the game and stuff were, the weather was literally atrocious. But yeah, I feel like that travel just kind of made me exhausted, and so I didn't do anything yesterday. So now here I am, back to regular scheduled programming. This week is a lot more regular for like my parents and stuff. They only have New Year's off, so and the reason that I'm staying longer than my boyfriend is because my dad is in a band, so is my boyfriend. It's a whole thing. But my dad's band is playing for the last time together on New Year's, so I wanted to stay around to watch what could be his last show, at least his last show with that band that I've been watching him play with now for like 15 years. So that's why I stayed. But because it's just a regular week, my parents are working, I will be working on my own research, paper writing, things like that here, and also just doing cozy things. So I do have some updates for you. I finished an audiobook. So the audiobook was not on my 10 till the end, but it was a book that was on my physical TBR. So it's a book that I've owned for a while. It was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I'll put that up over there. Yeah, so I've had that book for so long. I've read a couple other Riley Sager books. Like, after I bought this, I bought other Riley Sager books that I have read. So I've read like Middle of the Night, and I've read The Only One Left, and I liked both of those fine enough. I liked The Only One Left a lot more than I liked these other two. But I listened to The House Across the Lake on my drive because that was, well, like the original drive to Wisconsin, which is 10 hours from Arkansas. And I just picked that because I thought my boyfriend might also like listening to that if he was awake in the car. So listened to about half of it on that drive, and then I've just been listening to it like while I shower or do random little things like that throughout the week, and then I finally got to listen to the rest just chilling at home last night. So I rated that 3 stars, I think. What it's about is basically like this sort of like retired actress is at this lake house where her husband had previously passed away, and so she kind of went off the deep end, but her family suggested that she go back to this lake house to have time to relax and get her wits about her, and sort of be out of the limelight for a while. And she realizes that she has a perfect view of the house across the lake. And so there is a retired model and her husband living there, and things start going weird with that model, and she suspects that there might be something fishy going on with the husband and with other people involved. So it's a really cool story. The way that it's told is by like sort of an unreliable narrator because she's an alcoholic and she's going through a lot. So it was a really good book. I liked it. I rated it 3 stars as well, mostly because just the way that the ending unfolded was a little just not my taste, but it was fine overall. I enjoyed listening to it, and now I have Ring Shout checked out, which is a book on my 10 to the end list. So that's next. That shouldn't take me that long to finish because it's like a 6-hour audiobook. So sped up a little bit. We'll breeze through that. So when that's done, I don't know if I'm gonna actually be able to finish that before the end of the year. We've got 2 days. It's the 29th. So we'll see how far we get. I'll probably start that today. And then the other book that was on my 10 till the end that I was planning on reading was Don't Let the Forest In. And guys, I couldn't get myself to start it. I read the first few chapters, and it was just not jiving with me. I think it's because it's a very academic-y setting, and my brain is so just on my semester holiday break. I don't want to read about school. So I picked up this bad boy instead, and I read a little bit of it before we left for Minnesota this weekend, and now I have about half of it to go, and honestly, this is could just fly through it sometime tonight and should be able to have this done. So that will be book 70 for me this year, which is actually insane. When I got back into reading, probably I think I got into reading mostly around COVID again. I was a childhood reader. I was the Harry Potter, the Hunger Games, the Maze Runner books, and just other books in general. I liked reading for my English classes and stuff. But I lost the fun of it when I was in college. And then in grad school, I sort of refound it because all I was reading was papers, and it was just annoying me that I wasn't reading anything that I found actually, like, not interesting. I find science interesting, but, like, I missed fictional reading. And so I'm so glad to have that back, and this will be book 70 for this year, and I will get this done before the end of the year. When school kicks back up in the spring, I'll probably read Don't Let the Forest In then, just because the vibes will be better and it won't make me angry to read about an academic setting in that sense. But yeah, so that's my book updates. I also just wanted to update you on some of the things that I got for Christmas that I'm really thankful for and that I'm excited to be able to have to, like, share on here. So you're actually sitting on one of my Christmas presents. I got a new, like, my boyfriend got me a new phone stand with a light and stuff on it, and it's really, really nice because it folds down really compact. So rather than having to carry around a ring light and stuff like that, this is way simpler. It also folds, like, it does this so that you can film things below. And so I have a lot more plans to be able to show my sewing or show projects at way cooler angles or show like journaling or something like that. That's going to be so much easier with this. So I'm excited to mess around with this and see how that's all gonna go. Also, I finally got my own set of tiny mics. So my boyfriend had let me borrow his from work for a while, but because he makes content for part of his job through work. It's not his main job. He's a manager of a store, but he does help make content, and so they have mics at his store, and he wasn't using them for a while, but is back to using them. And so I had a tiny mic for about one video on here, and then it disappeared, but now I have my own. Sorry, I'm not using them. They're charging. I forgot that that's like a thing you have to do, so I sat down to film this today and just, yeah, realized that I hadn't charged them. So sorry. Next clip, I swear, we're gonna fix the audio on this channel because it needed some work. So yeah, I have tiny mics that I can use to be able to film things around my house without having to be tied to my phone and like right next to it for filming. I also, BRB, I need to grab the thing that I wanted to show you. So he also got me this Instax printer, and it prints out the sweetest little Polaroid photos. I'm so excited about this. Don't mind like the sparkly background, not my favorite. It's literally all they had at the store so that I could make sure that this worked, because he would have had to have returned it very like quick after Christmas because he ordered it a long time ago. But it works. I'm so excited about it. I had a Polaroid camera for a really long time, and I loved using it. However, one, I lost it. I have no idea where it is. I don't know if I lost it or it somehow got stolen or something like that, because I took it on a lot of trips. So I wouldn't be surprised if it got stolen, but one of these days it's gonna show up. But it takes the same film as this. It's the same brand. But the only other bad thing about that camera is that depending on the lighting, the pictures could turn out just awful, which was not really something that I enjoyed. I didn't like wasting the film on things that didn't look nice. So this is nice because you just Bluetooth your phone to it and print off pictures from your phone. So this is gonna be super fun because I am hoping to start a junk journal for 2026. I'm going to like ease my way into it because it's something that I feel like could become overwhelming and like a chore if I dive in really hard. So I'm not gonna do that, but I do want to make like monthly spreads, and I think that's how I want to keep my book journal as well. So that won't be very junk journal-y. It'll be more like book reviews. I can print out pictures of the book, like write my thoughts about it, things like that on certain pages and stuff too. So it's not going to be super junk-ish of a journal, at least not at first. But it will be somewhere where I can put like monthly spreads of things, goals, and then also where I can keep track of my reading and stuff. I'm not super sold on it, but I did get a Barnes & Noble gift card for Christmas as well. So I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble at some point and just look and see what they have for journal things, because I think that that would be nice to be able to sort of see what they've got and see what might work for me. And I don't know if I want like a separate reading journal and then a junk journal or what the situation is. So I have things to think about, but I'm going to want to start that in a few days. So I need to think about it quickly. Yeah, it's all right though. If I don't start right on the new year, it's not a huge deal, but that is one of my goals for 2026, is to be able to keep better track of my books in a way other than Goodreads, because bleh, if you know, you know. So yeah, super excited about this gift. I'll be showing some Polaroids and stuff on here, I'm sure, just because this is so fun. And then some things that are more on the fun side, like just made me feel like a kid at Christmas again. I don't know about you, but when you get old, you start getting practical things, which I love. Don't get me wrong. Love the practical gifts. Love the gift cards. I love getting adult things like socks. Can't complain about it. However, sometimes getting toys for Christmas is just so fun. So my boyfriend and I we knew that our main gift for each other was going to be the Switch 2. He bought the Switch 2 and I bought us some games, and then my parents also got some games. So we got the Switch 2, and then my parents got for me Dreamlight Valley, which I have been wanting to play for so long. And then for my boyfriend, I got Split Fiction, and I also got Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I couldn't remember which one it was. He had Breath of the Wild and needed the other one. But I can never remember which one he had and which one he needs. So one day I'll figure it out, because I hope to play those games as well, but he loves those Zelda games. So we got games for Christmas, which is super exciting. I was dumb though, and I didn't realize that to switch over your Switch, like from the original to the second one, you have to have the first one with you. They like won't let you play virtual games on here without swapping over all of your like virtual game cards from your original Switch to this one. And I did not bring my Switch one with me because I didn't want to carry around two Switches, and I knew we were going to be using this one here. So we couldn't play any of the games that we got. Oops. That's my bad, but when we get back home, or when I get back home, we'll be able to play all the games that we want to play, and it'll be fine. He was going to, like, we thought about having him just bring the Switch home, but he can still play the old games on that Switch while he's at home, and I can play some of our old games that we have physical game cards for. So for now, I'm just playing Mario Odyssey on here. I've never played it. I owned it and never played it, and then my boyfriend played through the whole game and loved it, and now I'm playing it, and it's really fun. I'm having a good time with it. Not super cozy. I can't play my Cozy Grove because that's a virtual game card that is still on my Switch 1, but he has some games on there that he can play. So he's stuck with the virtual games, and I'm stuck with our physical games until I go back home in a week. But yeah, so this is a really exciting gift. I'm excited to check out some more games. I did already download Tiny Bookshop, which is another sort of cozy game where you get to have this like mobile bookstore, which is honestly one of my dreams in real life. Like, I have a whole business idea for it, like with the name of a company and how I would want to do it, things like that. So I'm pretty excited to play that. But yeah, so that's one of the fun gifts that we got. And then also, my mom got me this, which is an engraving kit. She just knows that I'm a pretty like artsy, crafty person and thought that this would be fun. And I'm not sure what I want to use this on, but I'm trying to think of some ideas soon because this just sounds so cool. So this is like a fun sort of toy thing that I wasn't expecting, that when you're an adult and you get something like this, it brings like a little childhood spark back into your life. So yeah, really excited about this. And then I have to say, the gift that I'm probably gifts, I guess, that I'm most excited about is literally like half a year ago, I guess, I was at a Michael's with my mom and had told her that book nooks, like the ones that you put together, sound really fun. Well, my mom doesn't do anything half-assed. So I have 4 book nooks to make. We've got a magic store. We've got, this one is called Arcade Dating. I've got a garden house. And I've got a sunshine town. And I'm so excited. Yeah, so they're like basically little puzzle kind of things, like 3D puzzles that you put together. And the whole goal is that by the end of it, you can put it on your bookshelf in between books. And it's like a tiny little world between your books. And I'm so excited because it's gonna make my bookshelf so cute. It's taking all of my power not to bust all of them open and make them all here. I know that traveling home would be a lot easier if these things traveled back with me in a box. However, probably gonna end up busting into one of these later this week because I don't know if I can wait that long, because these just seem way too fun to let sit in boxes for that long. Also, it's like my break, so I should be playing with the toys I got for Christmas on Christmas break, right? We're on the same page. So yeah, this is so exciting. Literally made me feel like a little kid again. I used to get puzzles and Legos and stuff for Christmas all the time. And so this, yeah, just made me really happy. So I've been talking on here way too long. I actually need to just go start my day. I think I'm going to go pick up some Starbucks and get a little sandwich and a drink there. I don't have chai latte stuff here, so I'm really craving a chai. I drink chai lattes all the time at my house, and so chai is on my brain. So I might go get one of those and then get a breakfast sandwich so that I can actually start my day. And by start my day, I mean play Mario Odyssey for probably like an hour and then read my book. God, I love Christmas vacation. All right, I'll see ya.